Right then, so we're gonna do some abyssals. The idea being that we earn our way up. Right, so we need 3 of these because we're in a frigate, and you can do this with solo frigate or you can do it with 3. I believe, oh yeah, we need to be in a fleet. One fleet with me, myself and I, and then we want to use it. Need to move. There we go. Need to do a little wiggle. Let's go and have a look. Gives you the choice to go in or not. Like, if you're in you could be in a 3, so you can say yes or no basically. If you do a cruiser one, it just takes you in. So we're going to run them and then record the loot we get, and then we're going to see if we can move our way up the tiers just naturally without any IS from any other activity. So we want this cache here. This is the big bit, but first of all we'll just get rid of these nasty drones. I'm cheating a little bit on this in that this is my main account, so the skills are pretty much perfect, which you won't have if you're a newbie. But other than that, it's pretty much the experience you'll expect if you are properly skilled into your ships doing the Abyss. There will probably be stumbling blocks where I get stuck because I'm a bit of an Abyss noob myself. I think I've just done very easy, like tier 3 stuff is the highest I've ever gone, so I'm going to push myself and try and go higher than that. Probably have to try some janky fits to get into the 4s, 5s. And we are going to do some Abyss stuff with friends where we kind of outside of the challenge, so we'll basically we'll grab some fits that maybe I can't afford with the challenge money, just from money I've got outside of it, and then just have some fun basically, just show you guys what can be done. So we get 3 bits of loot, so it's 600,000. So already well on our way to paying off the frigate. I think the MBI fit is 1.5 million, something around that area. So literally within the first few minutes of being in there, you've got that. This is annoying. Add to miscellaneous tab, thank you. We've got a little Triglavian, I think we can kill him. And all I'm doing is just orbiting the cache and shooting the target. You can, with this fit, like kite completely away and just keep flying away and keep dinging them with missiles, which we may need to do a bit later on. Don't know if this guy can tank us. If they can tank, we've got a few options. We can go into overheat. Is the main option on this one. You can also bring along more damaging missiles. So if you had Tech 2 launchers, you could put Tech 2 rage missiles on this, and then if you had faction ammunition as well, that's more expensive, but it can do a little bit more damage. And we're just zooming around, shooting our missiles. This guy's gonna die eventually, which is great. He actually can't get close enough to hit us, it seems. not doing any damage to us. Which is weird. I think Damoviks, maybe they have a very close range, or he's got very, very close range. There we go. Got into his hull. He's starting to go down. What I'll do is I'll upload all of these to YouTube as well, so you guys can watch them at a later date. That's slightly better than the first room. Let's take the chance to quickly reload our missiles. They reload quite quickly on the light missile launcher. If you had a rapid light missile launcher, they reload really, really slowly, so you don't really want that. Whoop. And this is the last room. We can see up here we've got the warp field collapse timer. We want to be aware of that. That's potentially a run ender if the warp field does collapse. And then we've got some storms we're going to come into. So we're always in this one, which is the dark. So this one here is 40% shield booster duration and penalty to shield booster. So makes our shield booster a bit worse. The one down there is a white cloud. I think that's speed if it is the white cloud, which can be quite devastating in this environment. So what we'll do is we'll just manually pilot ourselves a little bit further away. Although again, I don't think this fella is gonna do much to us. But when he gets close enough, he hurts, so we want to stay away from him. It's the same wave. It's the Damovik wave again. Triglavian. We haven't got our target painter on him. That'll help a little bit. We turn it off. Let's see what it does. So it's 294. Does it help us? No, it doesn't help us with this fella. Not sure which ones it does help with, to be honest. I think it might just be on the fit because they have nothing else to put on the fit. So we're kind of on the edge of this storm. You can see it's popping on and off. It doesn't actually affect us too much. Our opponent is only just scratching us, and our shield repairs are very good. So he came in range for a bit there. Now he's staying in range. This becomes a problem. We just fly away. I think what's happened there is he's hit the edge of the white cloud and gone a bit faster. Maybe. Hard to tell. But he's dying and we're not, so that's good. He's dead. That one, you know, that kind of damage, I don't know whether my skills are helping me out a bit there. Might well be. Might be a bit harder to deal with if you are brand new. Alright, so we've got all of our loot. Now it's time to escape. As you can see, we've got loads of other filaments from this. We've got Triglavian survey databases. These are you just sell them to NPCs directly for ISK. And then this is a resource that you can use to build Triglavian items. So we've got a little bit of the resource, just a teeny bit. And if we want to be super safe, we're going to fly down here. I'm not being OPSEC at all about where I'm running these. This is literally the system next door to Pandemic Horde's main staging. It's only slightly better than Pandemic Horde's main staging. It's quite heavily patrolled by our standing fleet and stuff, so it's not a terrible place. I could tell before I came out of the wormhole that this guy was here, because on the intel it told me about him. He doesn't seem to be doing too much. Oh look, I'm getting some of the visual bugs on the Vexor, I think. I think there's some visual bugs at the moment, so I've heard. We actually got enough dark filaments to refresh what we were using, so that's great. And we've only used 100 of our missiles, so we don't need any more missiles, I don't think. So what we'll do is we'll go back, we'll run another one quickly, just to see if we can get the other waves to spawn that can. There's a little bit of variety. This is the very starting filament. There is a tiny bit of variety there. See, I updated this. It should say EVE Online. Is it because I've not hit done? Fim. There you go. See, Abyssal 0 to Hero Challenge Day 1. EVE Online. Fim Satoru. What do you know about magic? Yeah, I hadn't clicked the update one. That's purely my fault. Alright, let's go in. Let's grab another one. Activate for the fleet. This will teach you all about the mechanics. I'm just going to add this to my Wait, is there? Teach you about filament mechanics a little bit. You need to have your safety settings yellow or red. You can't be green and jump through, I don't think. I think actually you might be able to for these smaller ones. I think the higher level ones, you need to have criminal ability. The ability to become a criminal. Fim in the chat there is one of the Abyssal experts who does the lessons for the newbies. I don't know anything about magic, Fim, so you probably know much more than me. Oh, these actually hurt a little bit. Luckily we're killing them quick, so that damage is going to drop off by a third once we've killed the first one, which hopefully is going to be the next volley. So dark filaments give you less optimal and turret optimal and fall off. We're not using a turret, so that doesn't affect us. And it gives you velocity bonus of 50%, which I believe affects your missiles as well, but it definitely affects your ship. So it makes you fly really fast, which means that if you can just fly away from them, they can't actually hit you. And if you've got a weapon system like missiles that goes 42 kilometers and they're only 5 kilometers away, you're probably going to hit them. Farukanuni. Oh, Fim's got the questions. Go on, Fim. I'll leave it to Fim. But if you are not, if you're watching the YouTube or something, Farouk says, I have a question where someone who never ran Abyssals before start. I do have this for higher tier fittings, but not the actual human skill to run them. So I'm in the newbie in Condor, as Fim says. And it's super easy. Like, you come in, the reason you start really low is just to learn the different things in Abyss space. So you go into these clouds, learn about what the clouds do, so you know the different coloured clouds. You learn about the gate system, the timer system. You learn about some of the NPCs. Obviously, as you go higher tiers, the NPCs change and get harder and all of that fun stuff. You can watch this series. This series is going to be, the aim of it is going to be to run through and basically get it so that you can see the progression through. So you should, by the end of the series, at least be able to do tier 3s. But hopefully we'll get all the way up to the final tier, because I have enough ISK to do it on my main account. Like, okay, so this is one of the harder ways, so I'm just gonna try and fly this a little bit. I think we're gonna need to go shield repper on and actually try and fly away from this guy a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to change our strategy, and we're going to orbit at 30 kilometers just to keep a nice big orbit to try and stay away from the Lucifer. Don't know if that's the strategy, but it's working right now. He missed when we went close to him, and maybe he's got a longer ranged weapon system, like artillery. Okay, this is one of the ones that you can get people struggling with as a new player. It looks like with my skills it's trivial again, but yeah. Look at him, he's like got turning his micro warp drive on. He's trying to catch up. There you go, he's dead. You kind of, until you're comfortable, you want to focus on killing the NPCs first, until you know that you're going to clear waves in certain time periods and things like that. The reason for that is that your timing is important, and the gate only opens when the NPCs are killed. So going off to get extra loot boxes is sometimes what can kill you, just because you don't have enough time to get back to the gate. That one was good, so that one was 1 million ISK, so that's like 3 times as much as some of the other ones we've had. And the reason for that was we got a little bit of isogen. We got this afterburner blueprint. It's not a blueprint, sorry, it's a modifier, so you can put this on an afterburner and maybe make it better. We can actually put it on our own afterburner. Might make it worse as well. These are like gambling. Yeah, we'll probably go up to the worm, to be honest. We're going to do a variety of the lower level stuff, Fim, so I'm going to do a bit of the low level destroyer stuff as well, because I know that people recommend that. But we're going to just do it all within budget, so we're earning a bank right now, doing these T0s. We're just going to earn ourselves some nice safe money. I shouldn't die in these, you know. My skills, even with the very, this fits super basic. Like, I can upgrade the I can upgrade probably everything. I don't really want to upgrade much because the point of this fit is that it's super cheap to replace. So if I die in it, I can replace it easily on the market, or indeed the Nubian Initiative team will give me one for free, which is great. I've already paid it off though. This run right now on its own, this is the second run, and this is more than enough ISK to buy myself another one, which is great. I think what we're going to try and do is maybe get 10 million ISK, and then we're going to buy a destroyer and try and use a destroyer. Jump up a little bit. There will be extra costs to a newbie to progress. Things like skill books and training time are going to be a problem for you. You do want to have quite good skills even in the lower tier fits. You want to get those. The skills will make a big difference, especially the ship skills. You know, the frigate ship skills are going to give you 20% bonuses to various things. Let's have a look at this one. Traits. So we get 10% extra bonus for every level. So, you know, you're losing 10% if you don't have level 5. And level 5's a day or two's training. I know a Destroyer Abyssals suck, but I'm still going to do them. You can't stop me. What I know about Destroyer Abyssals is that you can usually pay off the ship. Which tells you how bad they are. I am quite easily huntable, so I'm not obscuring where I am and things like that. If you come out here with combat probes, you will be able to combat probe my abyssal spot, and obviously if you watch the stream a little bit, you'll be able to tell pretty much where in system my spot is as well. I've made myself a little safe spot. It's not the most amazing safe spot in the world, but it'll work for the purposes of this. And who knows, if somebody does drop on me, they might be getting a bit of a nasty surprise. Because I'm not the most cuddly of players, if I'm honest with you. I wouldn't drop on me, but that's just me. Maybe I'm just trying to scare you. So as we're running this, we're pretty much self-sufficient on the incoming filaments, which is great. I think that's an aspect of T0s that CCP have done deliberately. Is you get a lot of the lower end filaments by running them. Really, really useful. Obviously, if that wasn't the case, if we were in a filament where we need to buy a stack of filaments, then that might be, we might have to do that as well. Kiss Meter's here. Let's say hi to Kiss Meter before we jump in. Activate for fleet. We'll have a look at the different NPCs and we'll have a look. There's a lot to think about, especially in the higher tiers, about what you should be doing. Once you've run them a lot, it becomes quite normal, quite like natural for you to figure out. But in the beginning, it can be confusing. So this is I think these are sleepers. Let's do a show info on him. So this is a sleeper drone, yeah. So heavily upgraded sleeper drone. Let's do a little orbit, a little 7K orbit. The attributes for this is it's got omni resists and it does EM and thermal damage. We can't really do much about EM or thermal damage for ourselves, and the omni resists, so don't really matter. We are getting absolutely slapped. So let's move away from him, see if we can get some reduction in that incoming damage. So we're flying away, and now we're going to start flying around. So it looks like his range doesn't go out as far as, 20k. So we're out of his range now. We're repairing nicely, which is a lifesaver. He has a missile that's hitting us, which is a good lesson about sleepers. They do sometimes fire these missiles. Their battleships in particular fire off a missile that's very painful. And let's kill this Triglavian combinative biocache. There's some bad guys over there on the intel, it says. And a million ISK from that can. That was a really, really good can. So it varies, but like the lowest can we've got so far is 600,000 ISK, and the best can we've got has been, I think, a million or a million and a bit, 1.2 million. So the cans are easily clearing the cost of the starting ships, which is great. I'm probably not going to jump around and do a load of the other starting ships fits, unless we for some reason die in the later fits, which, you know, we may well do, and we have to come backwards. This is a cruiser, so we're just gonna make sure we don't get hit by it. Just gonna completely do a full avoidance. Let's do it at 30 kilometers orbit. Hopefully that's not going to automatically put us back towards it. It kind of did. I think that's acceptable. Let's start our shield reps. You can put these all on keybinds, so I could have like F1, F2, F3. Might be a better way to do it, to be honest. Let's do that. And then I don't have to click. I'm a bit of a clicker. Although if I'm playing like, I'm in a, this is actually fine, but this is an interesting thing. So I'm in a automator suppression. This will damage your drones, and the heavier ones will kill your missiles. Like, so you want to stay away from them. Or if you're fighting an enemy that launches drones, you can fly into it and it will hit all of their drones as well, which is really useful. So that's quite a unique thing. I'm just double clicking in space to manually fly. So double click there. We're going up above it. Just trying to keep away a little bit. My missiles are still hitting him. So, you know, we're slowly getting through him. This is probably, oh, somebody died. RIP. This is probably a good example of like the slowest NPC. There's usually in each level, each tier, a wave that's really slow to kill. And I think there's tier zeros, that cruiser is probably the slowest to kill. And that's just to give you an idea of time constraints. Tier zeros, you very, very rarely will run out of time. But when you get to the higher tiers, if you have the slow wave 3 in a row, that's bad, and you will need to rush through it, and you'll need to not go and get extra things, and you'll just need to kill the NPCs and get through the gates. So that's kind of like when you get 3 battleship waves in a row, you know, that's bad times for you. There are DPS guides to roughly how much damage you need to be able to clear the sites in enough time for the different levels, and I think the top is like 955 is like the minimum. So people generally have got like 1,000 DPS fits. Really quite high DPS for cruisers. So this is another sleeper, I think. Yeah, so he's got his Omni Resists, and he'll have kinetic explosive. He's got, you can actually see it on here, the picture. There's a picture of kinetic and a picture of explosive. He's doing a little bit of damage. We'll just do a little bit of healing here. Make sure we're comfortable. This fit, I believe, is cap stable. Let's have a look. It is. With my skills, at least it is. So I can just leave that shield repairer on. It's no dramas. These are collidable, so if you hit them, all your velocity will go, and you will sit still for them to shoot you, which is really, really not what you want. I think we might actually go down and fly into this white cloud in a second. Just see the changes there. That was a huge can for T0. 2.4 million-esque. We're rich. So let's fly down here. See if this is a cloud. I think this is a white cloud here. And I think we should start going zoomy fast in a second. Yep, it is. And yep, look at that. Ooh, we're going 5,000, 300% max velocity, and you have 50% inertia bonus. So we just instantly went from 1,700 to 5,000 meters per second, which that can be a disastrous event. Like if you've got one of these and you're flying towards the edge of the arena, so this is actually a huge sphere, and there are edges that if you go past them, you'll start taking damage, and that will get you dead very, very quickly. That damage, and if you go 5,000 meters and then you lose the bonus and you can't turn around, then you're gonna come back 5 times as slow. Yeah, you're not gonna get back in time. Alright, so the idea was that we were going to prepare the fits beforehand, and we weren't going to need to do so in the stream. I kind of knew we would easily get enough ISK to be safe. I'm just going to dock up and do a quick count of the rough estimates. That vector visual book is awful. Oh, there's loads of visual books there. I might have to turn shaders off. Oh no, I've used a station where I've got stuff in already. But not any Triglavian stuff, so that's fine. So this is our main money makers here, these three. The filaments are worth $1 million apparently. Got some calm gammas there. But yeah, this is what we wanna, this is what we could sell. Oh, we're not in the same area as MJ, but we can sell this to the buyback and we can make money. But we've got 8 million there. If we look at so there's a tier 1 abyssal caracol. This is 20 million ISK. I don't think it earns much faster than we're doing here, but we can try this out at some point. It's super basic. Like, we'll probably end up changing half of this. But yeah, that's one of the upgrades we could aim for. Somebody was saying a worm. A worm's like 100 million, so we're 10% of the way towards the worm, which in theory is our direct upgrade from this frigate. Do we have 3? Yeah, we've still got 3. We're gonna run another one. The way I'm gonna track this is I'm gonna just do it personally with a little spreadsheet, little abyss tracking spreadsheet, and I'll just say today, you know, day 1 we made 10 mil, and then we bought a ship that cost 10 mil, so we were on 0. There's a T1 Tristan for electricals for 2.1 million ISK. Kind of insane if that works. I think I've tried that and I think it doesn't work. I think it's one of the weaker bits of the fitting window. I'm telling you to get into this little Tristan. But the thing is, it doesn't need to work every single time. It just needs to work enough times for us to make enough money, you know? And enough money is subjective to you. We're on the wrong tab here. There we go. Let's do that. So what should we make? Should we just go get the Tristan, or should we? We could go and get the Tristan after this. Actually, this could be our last little foray out with the Condor for a little bit. Go and try the Tristan. The thing with the Tristan is I'm really going to want to get T2 drones. I know they're probably outside the price range of what you want to do with it, but my brain is going to be like, why are we not using T2? I think with all of these things, I'm hesitant to upgrade them because you need both the tank and the DPS to work. If either one of those things isn't enough, then you will die. And typically you want the tank to go first, like to get better first. But the DPS has caught me out in the past, especially on the low end ships. Like, the DPS can be really lacking. We're half an hour in. Okay, maybe if we can get to the second level in the first stream, that'd be cool. I think this will slow down as well. I think we'll get to a point where we'll need to grind a little bit to really get up the tiers of Abyssal running. That worm's probably not massively unachievable. Obviously it's taken us half an hour to get about 8 million ISK. So from that kind of maths, then it's going to take you about 5 hours to get the worm, which is 100 million. If you are maintaining the kind of luck that we're having, whether or not that happens, who knows. We've got a Lancer. So these are drifters. They're not quite the same thing as the sleepers, and they do have a slightly different attribute layout. So they do similar damage, and oh, they are Omni. They just don't have great resists. I think these are just slightly easier to kill, and that does appear to be the case. I don't think we need to target paint this fella. It's probably all right. We can, because we're cap stable. whether we need to. The Lancers take damage very well. I know at the higher levels these things just pop super easy. Like when you're in a Gila or something, they're just really easy to kill. I've done Gilas before, and I know they're easy, so I will probably show off a Gila at some point, but I don't think it's going to be something I do a lot of. Just because, like, they're boring. They're quite good to learn the different NPCs, and I might use it as like a training tool for myself to like relearn T3s, and maybe if I bling it, T4s. I have run T4s in a Gila before. I think I had to use drugs to get out on time. I caught like a slow wave or something. So you got to check that you're still hitting, especially if you're in a suppressor. If your damage stops and you're a missile ship, it's because the suppressor is killing, like smart bombs is like killing your missiles. Very rare though. Like, right, let's start flying our way towards the loot box. Abyssal space is also, you can't see because of the way I've got my overview set up, but it's also one of the most beautiful parts of Eve. They did really, really good job on all of the lighting effects and stuff. It's very atmospheric. Darks are fun because you go fast, definitely. That's good, Cam. All of this, if you're in Horde, I'm sure it's the same in most of the big alliances. All of this loot can be sold to people who run buybacks, and they'll buy it off you for a pretty decent price. So you don't even really have to think. You can just go straight for the buyback option to liquidate all of the loot. I think these are, yeah, we're only doing 374, so these are one of the ships where you kind of need the target painter. You can see when they turn on their micro warp drives, they get bigger signature radius, and we hit them for full, but when they slow down, we only do a little bit. This is all to do with signature radius, and this is how missiles work, basically. The idea is that the ship's got so much of a signature, and the missile will try and hit that signature, and if the ship's moving too quickly, it will kind of hit towards the edge, and the blast will still hit the ship, but for less. And if your signature radius is big, the missile will be able to hit it right in the middle of the ship and hit the structure and do more damage. That's basically how signature radius works. So the faster the ship is, or the smaller the ship is, the harder it is for that missile to hit it. That's how you understand missiles in Eve. That's how I understand missiles in Eve. Give me your goodies. Alright. That's a good one. Another 2 mil in the pot. Where's this? There are some fleets going around. Red Thrashers. These are the kind of people who could come and kill me. A Thrasher fleet might think it's funny. I think we need to go and get, yeah, we don't have any filaments left, so this is a good segue point. What we'll do is we'll go and pick up our loot, we'll fly it back through to MJ, and then we'll go and pick up a new ship. If you're being really frugal, you could sell your Condor, but I like to keep my ships. I like the history of Eve and stuff like that, so I'll probably just keep the Condor around. Then if I need to, I can always go back to it. It's a really useful backup plan. As I said earlier, the Alliance will give you free Condor if you're in Horde, so you don't need to worry too much about that. You can just, what Kissmeter likes to tell people to do is take your MBI ship out to wherever you're doing your MBI thing, you know, your money making, and just leave it there. And then if if it's too far away, if you don't get it, something like that, feel free to just ask the MBI team for another one if you don't mind waiting. So we've got all of our loot. Time to be a bit careful. So it's only one jump, so don't have to be too careful. It's 19 M3 of loot as well, so it's really, really small. And the majority of it is in these survey databases, which have got a very reliable price. So we'll probably get a little bit less than 7 million ISK for them, but we'll get a decent amount of ISK for these. You might be aware, but I do not. I don't need the ISK from them right now. We've probably got enough to buy ourselves the first few ships on the Abyss. Right, let's stock up. Loads of our fellow beans are out tonight, having fun. I have a. Well, let's just get the hangars open to I like it. It's one thing that annoys me a little bit about Eve is the multi-tiered inventory system. So it reckons there's 10 million ISK here. Yeah, so 10 million. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start the little Excel sheet. Put these in the filaments. Actually, do we have T0 darks? We do. Let's put 6 more in here so that we can do this again if we want to at some point without having to do anything about it. And then we need Scourge light missiles. So some little tricks here for searching for things. We've only got 40. Let's see if there's some on the market. Let's get 1,000 more. Put those 40 in. Put them in. Make a new workbook on Excel. And then Abyssal running ISKs. Day 1. We'll put income, outgoings. We're going to be really optimistic with this and just say that we made 10 mil. So 10 million. Is that 10 million? Yeah. And then we'll put it all in. I have a little thing. I had a little thing. I don't have it anymore. Do I not? Should we just put in filaments? I think that's where I put stuff. No, I got an Abyssals bit. What have we got in here? Not much. Basically just that. Oh, actual Abyssals. So, Fim wanted us to have a go. You could ruin the project here, Fim. Here it is. So we're gonna go and we're gonna try and find Abyssal stuff. Abyssal Vexor T0 to T2, 47 million ISK. They got a Hateless is day 1 electrical Abyssal. I have actually used that before. I don't mind that one too much. So this apparently can run tier 1s. Apparently. Heavy doubt. Let's see if we can even buy it on the market. We can. It's significantly more expensive than 2.1 mil. It's about 3. It's about. Let's just say we'll round up. Say it's 4 mil. Outgoings 4 million. I just tried it and died in the first room to a bunch of skybreakers. Cool. I don't want to do that. Abyssal tier 1 dark. Let's just do that instead. This is going to be way more expensive. Did we just buy it? Oh god. Well, we might as well use it now we bought it, right? Tristan. Oh. So assemble. Tristan, assemble. I do love the way there's just a broken Tristan fit that CCP are like advertising us to use. This one's great, guys. Have a go at it. Right, what do we want to do here? So we need EMP ammo apparently. Got some acolytes. I think that Fim is just bad at the game, and I'm going to be fine. I think that's what's going on here, guys. So don't worry too much. Or potentially it's a 3-man thing. It might be like intentionally for a more than one person. Right? Or why would they do that? Like, I'm pretty sure like if you it doesn't come with the filaments. Back we go. Does it even say which like room you should be doing? Like what? What are we meant to be doing with it? Abyssal tier 1 electrical. Right. Let's go and get some electrical filaments. I feel like I should be upgrading the ammo, but electrical trade goods, yeah. We want calm. You can tell they're tier 1 by the little indicators here. Let's be really arrogant and get 6, because you know this is definitely going to go great. In fact, we're going to fly it. We're going to fly over to where we're going to run lots of things. So let's buy 25. Let's put them in all in here. And then let's change the name to Fim Made Me Do It. Hey, head troll hunter. We're just trying out terrible ideas from Fim. Gonna die in a fire. Just you wait. Yes, just the usual. Just following Fim's advice, and he died, so I want to see if I die. I don't think I'm gonna die. I think I'm gonna out Fim the Fim. Oh, I took the all the filaments with me. I don't want to do that. I want to drop some of the filaments off at the base. Boom. TDP 5 omens, 2 hurricanes, caracal and a jaguar. Cool. There's lots of little fleets flying around Pandemic Horde space right now, so it's a fun little time for standing fleet to go chasing people. I don't think there's any big stuff going on. Chuck them in there. The fact that Fim, I've done this with an alpha character on this Tristan, and I've died in this Tristan on an alpha, so I know it's not ideal. Some of the fits do get better the higher tier Abyssal you're in, because of the way the Abyssals work with tanks and giving you bonuses, but I don't think this yeah, we need to wiggle. When you land, you're invincible, so if you move your ship slightly, you'll become not invincible, and then you can use filaments. Right. Let's go. Striking Damavix, lots of them. Let's fly away. Where do we want to go? I mean, where is this thing? Oh god, they're fast. Let's get the drones out. Pew! Defensive webs. What's this pylon about? Turret tracking bonus. Don't know if we want that or if they want that. But we will want it, because I think we're faster than them. Do I need to be close enough to hit them? If I do, that sucks. And they rep, which sucks more. I think I orbit at like 15 just to play here. And I just pray I can break them. It looks like maybe I can't. What's their speed? Maybe I just match speed. I go 1.4, so if I go like 1.5, they should stay perfectly behind me. Big brain plays, guys. Big brain plays. Oh, we're coming up to the edge. Fly the other way. Full speed ahead. See you later, Finn. One of my drones went outside the range, I'm pretty sure. Give him a little web so we can hit him. Why are we splitting? Don't split. We're in a duel to the death here. Can't be splitting. Are we actually cap stable? That's the other question. We are. Right, we are breaking him. Why the heck are my drones not doing... Why aren't you behaving yourselves? Right, this immediately gets a lot easier now. He says as he dies. This is like, would be super stressful for a new player, I imagine. Like, not fun at all. I'm going to do a 10k orbit on this fella. Actually, let's do 7.5. Let's try and kill him. Remember, this is like, I'm max skills. And this is a challenge. Like, to figure out how to kill these things. If we get that Skybreaker wave, yeah, I think we're dead. I think Fim's right on that one. Pew. Alright, we're doing it. So the Damavik wave is pretty much done. I'm going to have to reload. Oh, great timing. That was stressful. Like, was not the simplest wave in the world to do. Let's go back to miscellaneous. Get the drones in. If you don't pull your drones in, you go for the gate, the drones are gone. So, heavily advise you to avoid doing that. We do get a lot more risk though. Mainly because we got a fierce exotic filament. What would we have gone just normally? 800,000, which is not tons more. And that took us way longer. Like, I think we would have done a T0. Like 2 waves of the T0 by now. Okie doke. Oh crap. Probably should have reloaded this. And now we've got a battleship? What? What? Get rid of this frigate, I guess. Ah! Don't approach battleships directly. Tingler, you know better than this. Down, down, down. You got some good shots in, but that's it for him now. No more good shots for you, sir. we are orbiting. And now it's just a race. This is a proper DPS race one. I'm going to be so annoyed if we get through a DPS race one and then we just die on a Skybreaker one with this terrible fit. This fit is like, I can see how like it might work, but it needs proper piloting and stuff. I mean, it's a really good training ship, like a really good training ship to learn how not to get dead. The problem with the Skybreakers is they're tough. Like you can't really break them very easily. I don't know if this even has enough DPS to break them. And then they don't miss and they shoot quite far, so you can't really kite them either. So they're kind of just better than you in this kind of level. Later on, the Skybreaker waves are some of the easier waves, and then really far on you get the triple Thunderchild waves, and they shoot missiles, and the missiles are a nightmare because the missiles do loads of damage and you can't avoid them. So you just need to be able to tank through them and do enough DPS to kill the battleships. So that's genuinely difficult. So these are drones. These have not quite Omni resists, but very beefy armor. They have no shield resist, which is we're EM, so we're punching into that, and then we're going to hit their strongest resist. Sorry. Can't do anything about that though. Don't really have an option to change. The cost is estimated at 2.1, and in Pandemic Horde staging it's like 4 million. So it's cost 4 million. We've nearly made it back on the first run, which, to be honest with you, if we make it through the first run, I'm going to be super happy. Yeah. I think this is going to be a neutral on, or possibly only very slightly positive fit before it ends up dead. I'm completely AFK at this point as well. Like, I'm just orbiting and shooting because he can't hit me, and everything I'm doing to him is a big hit, I think. Although we're grazing, I think that might be the... Oh no, 110 hit. I'm going to slow us down just so that we can definitely hit. I still think he won't be able to hit us because he's going like 50 meters per second. He should just... Yeah, I don't think his tracking's good enough. I just want to make sure all of my hits are hitting fully. Yeah, they're not doing great. They're glancing off and stuff. I think a newbie flying this Tristan dies on their first attempt. Like, I don't think it's... I think this is, if you want a bit of a challenge and you kind of know a bit about Abyssals already and you want to like relearn the ropes, pretty much exactly what I'm doing. You know, it's been a fun... That first wave there was a fun one for me to figure out. Because you kind of need to stay just at the right range and stuff like that, and just at the right speed. There's a bit of speed adjustments. We're getting there. What you can get with artillery is that you're actually too close. So let's do 5 kilometers. That might be a bit better. We don't want to fly directly away though. He might hit us here. Ooh, yeah, see, hits us because we're flying directly away, and now we're turning again, so we got a transversal back. We should get more consistent hits though, because we're not too close. It's not that he's moving fast as well, it's that we're moving fast and therefore making ourselves miss, kind of. We're out-trekking our own guns. We will... Have we got time? Yeah, we're about 10 minutes in, so we've got probably enough time to go and check out the spare can. So we'll go and do that as well, once he's dead. Helps if we turn the guns on. Yeah, I just fired that. The guns are a relatively good amount of the DPS for this fit. This fit, if you were like, I think you can possibly have space to T2 fit it. Bits of it, definitely, and obviously the drones you can, and the drone damage amps. You can significantly improve this fit. Like, going T2 on everything is going to make your DPS spike quite a bit. It's 130 now. I reckon you probably get about 200, 250 out of this. He's gonna die eventually. These are the slow waves. Very, very slow. We did it, finally. Right, my quad drive on, full pace. So there's nothing in that one, you can tell it's empty already. If you do orbit, by the way, on an object, if it then disappears, your ship will keep flying in a direct line towards where you said to orbit. So a little good trick for things that cloak, things that destroy themselves. You'll keep travelling towards them. Oh, we're too fast. We've gone past it already. 1.8 mil for this can. That's not bad. So T1's obviously a much better. So if we get out, we're going to pay the ship off. This is a classic gambit. Did we get all the drones? Yeah. That you can do in the Abyss, where you know that your ship can't compete against one of the waves and will die, but you just kind of roll the dice and hope you don't get that wave. This is a Kikimora wave, so we really need to kill that Kikimora fast. It's going to close range on us, isn't it? Where's it coming from? I'm going to go up, because it's definitely not coming at us from up. It might be that we need to kill the Kiki. I think the Kiki damage is just going to be too much. We're just going to keep away here and keep flying away from the Kikimora as best we can, full speed, and hope we will kill him before he catches up to us. Kikimoras do a lot of damage. If you've ever met a player in a Kikimora, they are very difficult to deal with. Yep, here he goes. He's starting to hit me. Ah! Get him, drones! He's getting repairs from the Damavik. I think we can kite away and we're beating the repairs. I'm pretty sure. It looks that way. We just need to kill this Kikimora then. We're just flying away. Keep running. Keep turning as well. You don't want to get the edge of the arena. I'm going to turn the gun off. Oh, they're going for drones. Let's pull the drones. We lost one. Oh god, it hurts so much. Run! So we're just swinging kind of around 40k. This is the range we want to maintain really, so we'll do an orbit of that. Actually no, we're going to have to manually pilot because he's going to push us into the edge of the arena. Which is not good. Just got to keep an eye, make sure that he's not trying to shoot our drones again. If he's just chasing us and trying to get us, that's perfect. Can only really afford to lose 2 more drones. We basically need to have 5 to have the DPS output. There you go, he's dying. He's going for the drones. I think we leave the drones on in this time. I think they're orbiting close enough that, yeah, that they should be fine. We might pull the drones in just quickly. Pew! Try and get the attention of Mr. Dimovik. This one's got 3 extra cans and we've got 4 minutes left. So I think the way you would play this is you would try and extract as much as you possibly can, because this is a super high risk fit. Like, it dies easily. Pretty happy we managed to do it though. Little achievement. die soon. Nice. So usually you get the best loot out of the big one. So if you can just do the big one, that's fine. Sometimes you might have enough time like we do now to go and get the others. How long have we got? We've got 3 minutes. We've got ages, he says confidently. The T1 cans for these lower ones are usually really bad, like for loot. You usually just want to get the filaments. That's where the money's at in T1s. Been given a lovely cup of tea. Oh, it's hot. Did my drones just stay back there? They did. So that was probably the best one, the 300,000 from that can there. Is it worth going and getting it? Well, maybe if you think you might lose the ship on the second attempt, which I think I might. You know, extract as much value as we can from this first attempt. I don't think we're going to use this again. I don't really like this fit. But did it make us a lot of money? It did. Could I have done that same amount of money quicker in the Condor? Or like the same pace but safer? Maybe. I'm going to duck up this one. So the game thinks we've made about 7 mil there. So far we've made 17 mil, about an hour in. We're using completely new bro fits. I think might be able to perform well enough, even if you were brand new in them. Hard to tell. I think what we do though is I don't really love that fit. I think we'll showcase the other T0 fit that you can use, which is the brain power time. It's Punisher. The Punisher is what I wanted to say. Always good to mix things up, otherwise I get stale. Spin the break multiple times because of that. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of, yeah, it's kind of, I'm doing other things in the game mainly at the moment, but I'm a bit bored of them, so I'm just going to run through and try and learn all the Abyssal stuff. And the challenge of kind of being self-sufficient in it is fun. All right, there's our 15, 17 mil, roughly. What is the challenge about? It's trying to, so it's trying to upgrade with the loot we get. And if you just basically just trying to go through the tiers of the Abyss while paying for it yourself. So at the moment we've made 17 and we've had 4 out. So God, just fighting Excel right now. I don't actually know how to use Excel properly. No. There we go. So the sum of to that one. Oh, I've massacred this formula. Lovely. Does that work? There you go. So I've got a total ISK of 13 million ISK. God, that took me way too long. Yeah, I'm just copy and pasting into Janice. So my issue is I don't really have a wallet tab I could use, and as you can see, my main wallet on this character is like 13 bill. So I'm gonna struggle to track it otherwise. So I just keep it on an Excel sheet. So right now I can spend 13 million ISK, which is all good. So we need to get like another. I kind of want to get to the Caracal. The Caracal's a nice one. It's quite easy to use. Let's try and do a buy all on it, see what it comes out at. So 22.5. So what we can do is, do we want to... So this reckons it can do. I think Halo's fits old as well. I don't think it works anymore. I'm pretty confident that one doesn't work. Yeah, most of these I don't think work. Where's Abyss NT? Is it Abyss Tracker? Fits. Yeah, this is it. So I'm just going on this website here, Abyss Tracker Fits. I've just put it in the chat. And what we'll do is we'll try and find specific fits. So we want tier 1, let's say. Don't care about that. results. And we just need one that's had a lot of runs, really. Sort field, number of runs, find results. Here you go. Alpha T1 Dark Rocket Hookbill. 21 million ISK. Hawk. Uriel's Uni Abyss. Worm. Worm. Retribution. 100 mil. T0 Electrical Firestorm. T1 Electrical Blitz Pulse Retribution. It does jump straight up. Yeah, to relatively expensive fits. I think what we're going to do is we're going to stick with the Condor for now, because it's quite easy. I wonder whether we can use our extra ISK to upgrade our missile launchers, make them a little bit better. They're quite expensive, so maybe not. We want Tranquils. Wow, they're really expensive here. I don't think they should be. Let me just double check this on my character. I think someone's having a little joke there. Yeah, you get loads of stuff in random stations. Like, look at this. Mine is bad. Right, let's find out what's going on with these filaments. That took a long time. Oh. So I don't have Tranquils. That's annoying. I feel like it's just way too expensive. Yeah, it is. Boo, whoever did this to the market. So if we were to buy 3 of those, that would be like pretty much the profit margin for running them gone. Loads of count gammas. Make sure those are cheap. Yes, still quite cheap. Oh, I've got a load of Dark Chronicles here. Nice. Right, let's get ourselves up to 22 mil. Let's get the Caracal on the go. I think that's the play. it's a devoted hunter. We're just trying to slow down the amount of time before it catches up to us. By doing a little bit of a zoomy zoom circle. Ideally we can keep away from it. I mean, that was a glancing blow. Look how hard this thing hits. It's a nightmare. I'm going to overheat the guns here. Okay, we're getting away from it a little bit. Ah! This is by far the scariest thing you can face in the tier zeros. Oh, he's catching up. Run! I've got this feeling that they're quite fast in a straight line. Yeah, and they've got bad tracking. So if you just keep circling, pray, overheat your shield drip a little bit. Hopefully he's going to die now. Please die. Nice, we got him. So that's how you beat one of those, but they are tough. They'll knock out a day one character easy. But at that point you should have enough ISK to replace your ship. Hopefully it's not your first one. If it is your first one, you just get a new ship off us. The reward there wasn't bad. A million ISK. Yeah, Lancers don't. Lancers are a bit of an easy wave, like they don't really do too much. I don't remember, can you hit the same room more than once in an Abyss? Yes, you can. If we hit that room again, that would be bad for us today. Although maybe we would learn a trick to beating it. And just wait for this Lancer to die. All right. So yeah, so we're not making bad ISK off these T0s, to be honest with you. But we made like 7 mil straight up off the T1. And we did manage to do it in the Tristan, which was nice. Oh, I should probably shoot something. You can tell if you're in the last room because the conduit here is called origin conduit, so that's the going back to your origin point. So it's a nice handy one. That one was another 2 mil. And the T0 electricals are worth a bit of money, so a little bit extra there. Oh, don't know what he's doing here. So let's clear out a bit of the loot. Get back out there. Oh, we're just gonna cancel this warp. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah. So you cancel the warp. You can sit on tether and repair like this, and it'll slowly repair you. Or look at this. The boys are going to war. It's gonna be a big fight. So we're nice and repaired. Time is it? It's nearly 10 o'clock. Alright. I think what we'll do today is we'll get to the caracal. We'll run a few caracal ones, see if that works, and then probably call it at that point. We've been going for a little bit by then. About an hour and a half at the moment, so probably about 2 hours by the time we get to that point. Good night, man. Have a good one, troll. It's Troll Hunter. Which one's this? Signature radius penalty. Is this one we need? Maybe it's a big signature radius? Could be not so good. Let's do a 10k on him. Oh yeah, to be honest, we can just do orbit 500 on this, and then we'll stay outside of the storm, which means he can't hit us. Alright, final room. Alright. So I don't know, but I think we might have enough now to go. What's just that? To go grab the old Caracal fit. Potentially. So as you can see, it gets pretty chill pretty quickly. Once you've figured out the basics, it's more stressful on different versions of different fits. Oh. Okey-doke. Actually, let's have a check. See where we're up to. So another 6.2 there. 2.7. Do we want that one? Oh yeah, we probably want to keep that one out, actually. Okay. So what we've got here. It's 24 total, and then we just made I think that was another 3. Was it? No, it would have been another 5. So we're a little bit shy on the caracal. I think we might just get it anyway. Just cheat a little bit. Not super in the spirit of things, but hey ho. I think it's just really, really simple. Import from clipboard. Simulate. Oh, it's 30 mil. It's a bit more expensive. I'm not keen on cheating too much. You know what? I think we're going to stick it out. I think we're going to try and crack on with our condor. Do a few more condor runs. Got some rewards. Evaz is online. Where are we going? Oh, we're still not on to 2 hours. So 2 hours in, nearly ready for the first proper upgrade. That Vex is alright, but I don't really consider it a proper upgrade because I think it's a bit too risky. Kill some nice easy frigates. So you don't get any bounties for these, you just get what's in the combination caches. Very different than other stuff, but functionally the same. Like, you just gotta commit to running the site. And then when we get into the benefits, you'll see that the ISK income starts to go up a fair bit. Oh. Let's go back and get some of this. Nice, 800. Do a quick reload. Interestingly, running Abyssals is one of the only kind of untaxable things in the game still, without you interacting with the player-owned market. So if you use the player-owned market, then the person who owns the structure will get a little bit of tax. But generally, with Abyssal stuff, people take it to Jita, and then it'll just go player to player, and CCP will cut a little bit off with their brokerage fees, and alliances, etc., won't tax it like as they do with other things. So if you really hate tax for some reason and you don't want to be contributing to your nullsec economy, then maybe these are the thing for you. You actually managed to do a bit of damage when you're going up close. We'll just repair fully just in case there's a bit of a meaner baddie in the next room. Because we've still got at least one more room. I think we've got two. I think that was the first room. It's the Damovic. Not too bad, but we'll be cautious all the same. Let's do a 5k orbit on the box. He's managed to get in front of me somehow. Oh. There you go. I think that was 2 runs. Maybe just the 1 run. I like to just put the DPS straight while I'm not too. You just there's no reason to pop cans and chase after cans because there's only 1 can. As you may have seen with the T1 if you were here, the T1s have got more cans, so there's maybe an advantage to get people to run off and go and get cans, or kind of kiting towards cans and putting a bit of damage on them. But you know, if you're struggling with the DPS already, then you need to kill the ships and get rid of the DPS on you as a priority. Oh, don't care about that. Oh. This is a banging cup of tea. It was a banging cup of tea. It's quite cold now. There we go. I think it may be a sound size very low, but I have all at max. My sound, as in, you trying to say that you can't hear me? That isn't super uncommon. People often say that. I do tend to drop the volume of my voice a lot if I feel like I'm just talking to myself. So it might just be that I'm just chilling out, not talking too much. Are you hearing me better now that I'm kind of actively engaging my voice a bit more, or is it still very quiet? Bum, bum, bum. You can also do a bit of fiddling. Right, that should be better. You should be able to hear me pretty clearly now. Should be boosting the volume a lot. Maybe not though. That was a pretty profitable one, all told. Like 2.2 mil. Pretty good for the little frigate that could. I think that might be the limit of the darks we've got. So hopefully we've got enough ISK now to upgrade to the Caracal. Dum, 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 dum. Another 5 mil, so let's put that in. It's saying we got 23 mil of profit now, so I think that's enough for the bum, 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 bum. No problems. I'm not sure this Caracal fit on the fitting window will work, so I'm gonna use the rapid light one that I know will work. Because yeah. Well, it's got arrow blasts. We might swap those out. This is 31 mil. Oh. shouldn't just have nothing. So just not. So it's recommended electrical, so you go EM. The fact that it's not got EM is a bit annoying. Do we go lights, or do we start going up the scales a little bit here? Let's put 3,000, I guess. How much is that? 2.5 mil worth of ammo. And then we need some drones, because there's no drones in this. Just get the 2 acolytes. Let's load some in already. Link the guns. Oh, we got loads of camo electricals. So cruisers just need 1. So take like 15 is probably way too many. Alright, let's give this a go. Hey, lurking away there. It's Pint Throw. A good friend from Fancy Pants days. Let's do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Moving these across. This is quite skill friendly, and it's relatively cheap. 30 million ISK is fine. Cruiser Abyssals, you will get less. You'll get like less loot. So we're going to see a little bit of a drop down in how much loot we're getting. But cruisers can sometimes more securely do higher tiers. You know, there's less chance of them exploding because they tank a lot better. So you can see, like, we've gone from 30 shields a second to 104 shields a second. So we're doing like triple the tanking. I don't know if the Caracal actually has better resistances naturally, but it has a lot more health. All of our stuff is in resistances here, so we are just designed to tank and kill whatever comes our way. So we need to go to cruiser. It should just send us straight in. Yeah. There we go. We can lock all the way out to 60. Our flight range is 42, so we need to remember that and not get too enthusiastic. And for this, because we're a lot slower, we're just going to go straight for the bio cache. We can start shooting now because they're going to fly into our range. Are we cap stable? So it's worth checking. We are, so we can just turn the shield rappler on. And we can get our drones involved as well. The rapid light missile damage is quite high, so it's going to just rip through frigate waves and things like that. You are going to have a long reload, which is a bit annoying, but such is life. We're actually going to use our drones to kill the cache. And it looks like we clear the NPCs without any real problems. Oh, although they did just decide to go after Mycolites. So we'll fire 1 clip into that and then we'll reload. So we get 600,000, so we're not getting amazing ISK values. But we are a lot more secure now. Like, there's 0 chance we can die in this T1. And with the T1s, the big advantage is you open yourself up to the random loot a little bit better. So your baseline ISK is probably going to be just a little bit higher than T0s, but the random loot roll is fine. Fim, I did 1 Tristan run, and it was like the most balls to the wall thing ever. I had to overheat to get through it, and then I decided not to do it again. But I did get 7 mil for a Tristan that was worth like 2.5 mil ISK. So like, if you can run them, they're pretty good. Like, but they're definitely challenging. I'm kind of cheating a little bit. I'm slightly low on ISK. I had like 25 mil in the bank, and I'm already onto the Caracal, which costs 30 mil, but it was getting a bit dull with the T0s. I think I'd really shown everything a T0 can offer. But yeah, I got out. I had the hardware. I didn't have the Skybreaker wave, luckily, but I had the tanky battleship, and I had the knight, was it? I had a Kikimora as well, which was a bit scary, but I just kited that out, so that was fine. What was the scary bit? Oh, the first wave was triple remote rep Triglavians, and they were like holding each other up relatively well, so I had to stay in gun range, and gun range was where they could kind of nearly hit me, so if you got too close they would like damage you. That was quite fun. Oh wow, Eve Tournaments is raiding with a party of 57. That's crazy. It's a lot of people. It's a small community in Eve, I suppose. Probably not many people to choose from to raid in. Got forced to choose me. Raid. Alright guys, we're doing Abyssals, where we use the loot we've got from them to buy the next ship and move up the tiers. You are on the first stream we're doing this. We've gone through Condor and Tristan, so yeah. At the moment we're on a rapid light missile Caracal, doing tier 1s, and I'm not actually sure it's any better than the Condor in the T0s, to be honest, for ISK. Supplies. Cheers, Eve Tournaments. What tournament? Was there, is it a specific tournament, or was it, because we've had Thingamajig, haven't we, recently, Anger Games, but I think is this the last weekend of it? Anger Games 6. Are Fancy Pants still in it, or are Horde? I should know. It's like asking, you know, what football team do you support, and then asking how they did in the last game. We're going to be live for this weekend, coming in next weekend too. Cool. It's going to be good. Technically everyone is still in it. Yeah, I suppose it's not, if it's not started. I actually have time this weekend. I might try and watch the Fancy Pants game, or the Horde games. You had one weekend already? Yeah, I thought so. So that's why I was asking, because I think they had like two or three games. Has it been good? Is the rule set like going how you guys wanted it to? Oh, we're gonna have to do a reload on this wave. That's a bit sad, I think. Seen some great matches. Nice. What's the common stuff we're seeing? Is it like that year when we just had loads of drone comps and it's Gila and Ishtars everywhere, or what's happening this time? Give me the dank leaks. Come on. That's why you're here. A good spread. Yeah. You mean it's balanced? That's no good. You can't make a balanced PvP game. It's gotta be completely broken to one thing or the other, surely. You've kind of caught me at the tail end of the stream, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just winding down a little bit into kind of, I thought we'd try this. This is pretty slow. Oh cool. They're using the Casual just like a beefy Hurricane Aviation, I'm guessing. Yeah, alligators just shoot drones, isn't it? Right. Tough drones are OP. I think we'll just go in again, because that wasn't particularly amazing. I didn't get any of the kind of rarer loot drops that we might have wanted to get from a T1, you know, like getting a T3 filament, something like that would be great. Crucial is a beefier. Hurricane fleet issue, yeah. Hurricane fleet is a worse Israel, yeah. It should be a worse Israel, right? Because Israel's pirate ship. Should be nasty. Also, it looks way cooler. Well, Hurricane's one of my first ships I loved, so saying that it doesn't look amazing is painful to my soul, but Israel does look pretty sick. We're being target painted. So if your fit does have a problem with target painters, this would be a priority to kill. Ours doesn't really. So what we'll do is we'll kill off the Lancer. He can do a little bit more damage than the others, I think, from memory. But we're just built to tank whatever, so it's no issues for us. Lancers die nice and easy. Illuminator will die easy next, and the Aegis is a tanky one, so he might take a bit longer. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Oh, we might get him. Yeah, we got him just in the clip. In the nick of the clip. There you go. So we got a fierce scammer, which is worth 2 mil. So you can't really get these in the T0s. So this is the big, like, dice roll mechanic that starts in T1s. So you kind of want to get into T1s to get that. Helps you jump up a little bit, jump up the ramps. I'm hoping that's what helps us jump up the ranks a bit quicker. If you're just starting to watch, basically the concept is it's a fully skilled character, so like there's no time scale blockages or ISK blockages on the skills. It's just earn enough money to get into the next ship. If you die, you have to kind of earn enough money to buy another ship. Like, it's self-sufficient basically. It's what they call it in other games. I mean, Eve kind of is Nuzlocke in general because you get what you use, but it's kind of like a Nuzlocke maybe. I'm not really sure. There's probably some special name for it that I'm not aware of. We've got a web. I don't really know what the utility of a web would be on this fit. It hits everything really accurately and nothing really is a big problem. Maybe we would web off some of the small frigate waves that would cause us a problem, or just to hold on to a battleship a bit better. Not really sure. But it's so precise and like it's not a big problem not having a web. I think the faction ammo is definitely a good choice. Like, it's 2 million is for the ammo, and then even if we were to just say the survey databases, we're definitely in the profit just on those from that 2 million. We do need to earn quite a bit of money to pay this one back though, so like so we'll put it in 132 mil. So we're currently in the red, 8.6 mil, because we cheated a little bit and jumped ahead because it's getting a bit boring on the stream, just running condors into the same 3 frigates every single time. Okay, so strike grip. We forgot to reload, which is a bit of a mistake on our part. Let's try and get out of this signature radius penalty cloud. I think going to the right is the option here, because that thing hurts, and this guy is gonna, I don't know if he's gonna do too much damage to us. He seems pretty inaccurate, which is great. Yeah, he's missing, but he's a battle cruiser, so we'll treat him with a little bit of respect. We've had a full drone wave as well, which is interesting. Oof. He gets big hits when he gets close, eh? And he just annihilated one of my drones. And there goes the second one. So he's really good at killing drones. That was 500k ISK down the drain. So he's a bit of a brawler, it seems. Luckily, we've got enough DPS in the missile clip to kill him. Just deal with him like that. And that's it. 1 T1 electrical in the Caracal, done. We're going to get something amazing. Go on, give me something amazing. 900k is okay. You'll notice we're getting 0 point condensate as well, which we didn't get in T0s, I don't think, or very, very small amounts. So that's another little bit of variety that gets added in. So altogether, it's like 5 million ISK, not bad. And super consistent, like, we'll be able to reliably do these in the Caracal. So we just warp over and drop off this 5 mil, and then we'll come back and do another one. I quite like the Caracal for T1s because the reload on the clip is a problem for Abyssals, but because you just break the back of the sight really quickly by using a rapid light missile launcher, so that's kind of what the aim of it is. So in that first clip you make it so you can survive the sight, and then you move on from there. There's a big brawl going on apparently. Well, I'm just here doing the Abyssals. We're missing it, but that's okay. Well, we're not got any drones, but I don't think they don't make a huge difference really. Oh, let's just cancel that. So this is a wave that we might have some value from a. Oh, we did hit. From using the web. Try it. Not really. Keep them back a bit. Stay back. But yeah, we've already killed enough of them that the damage is so low. It's not a problem at all. So it takes 2 rounds, so we'll just fire 2, stop, fire 2, stop. And then we've got one for this. Oh, didn't manage to fire 2, or it somehow survived. You get this insane capacitor recharge in electricals, so it does a lot of work to keeping shield reps permanently going, things like that. You can do some crazy shield rep fits that you wouldn't be able to do anywhere else in EVE. Alright, so this is Lucifer's, so we're going to try and keep a little bit of distance. It's not going to work because they're ridiculously fast. But hopefully we just kill them, and then it's not so big of a deal. I guess we want to kill the Fury. Oh, they're all kind of doing the same thing. Echo was actually doing the least. You see that was like triple individual damage. Or web down the Medusa. Oh, these are actually not that scary. It seems. They just, you know, it's a rapid light. Caracal. It kills frigates. That's what it does. It's its job. We're getting weird, like double damage numbers all coming up at once. You can see each individual missile potentially. Really important to get your reload cycle started the second you don't need the missiles, you know, so you get it charged up for the next room. Not really important, you know, like life and death, but getting caught on a reload cycle could be nasty if you're in a particularly nasty DPS room. You need to get rid of stuff. The Kikimora room, for example, would be horrible. Oh, here we go. A devoted knight. Can we crack him? So how fast does he go? He goes 549, we go 600. So in theory, we can avoid him a little bit. See what our damage is like. Not bad. Better than his at the moment. See if we can keep that up. We're going to try and keep transversal. So we're going to try and keep our ship going kind of sideways to his. Which means at some point here we're going to rotate upwards a little bit. See what he does. Got a good hit there. He's getting closer now, which is the issue. Misses completely. Nice. He's kind of got a slow tail in circles. He's going that way. I think we got him here. Nice. A little bit of tracking. Always fun to do a little bit of tracking stuff. And that's it. That's the last wave. So far it's only a mil. Maybe this can's going to be epic though. Who knows? It was not epic. I think we'll probably not warp off. We'll just wait for the filament to go down here and go straight back in. 1.6 mils, pretty low. Actually, I think that's probably the lowest you're going to get, really. This is the thing with the cruisers, though, they get 1/3 the loot that the frigates get. So if you can get a frigate that can run a tier 1, like the Worm can, it's got this really good drone bonus, it's got the missiles, then you can pull in like 3 times as much. We pulled in like 7 mil on the Tristan we ran it on, and to be honest, that wasn't a good fit. Managed it though. get rid of the anchoring straight away. He's the one who's going to repair. Doesn't really matter how fast they're going. I think they take relatively good damage anyway. Well, maybe not. Don't know. Maybe that was just that we hit through the shields. The armor's got better resist for EM. I'm starting to think this challenge might be a lot of grinding abyssal sites. You guys just background watching me almost as I silently sit here just painfully running through low end abyssals until I find some good loot to be able to buy like a worm or maybe a Tech 2 cruiser or Tech 2 frigate. I think there's a hawk fit you can use. It's just like similar to the worm. It's like maybe 60 to 100 mil. The worm itself is the big cross. Like the actual hull of it is 100 mil ish. Well, they're a bit less than it these days, but they can be spendy. It's the very painful reload of the caragals here. I'm going to reload again just to get those extra 3 rounds for the start. I want to have a full clip for the start of each wave. Don't want to play any chances really. While we wait for that, we just do a quick round of project discovery. Alright. Perfect timing. Oh, super easy as well. Just some Lucifers. Get rid of that Dramiel, I think. If these are like really close like this one is, I'll go and get them. Even with the afterburner cruisers. Because why not? So in a tier 2 wave you might get 3 of the Lucifer frigates plus a cruiser, which is bad news bears for sure, because the cruisers come in and nuke you and do a ton of damage. It's got something in it. Let's get the reload going. A tiny little bit of ISK from the Project Discovery. If you're really stuck somewhere and you just need like 200,000 ISK, Project Discovery will very easily get you that. You know, especially if you don't want to undock and something because you get harassed and you just want to get some ISK for a shuttle or something. For some reason you don't have any ISK. That's the trick. TCP's kind of get out of jail free card for new characters. Dum, 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 dum. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, that was a bad room. 200,000 ISK. Happens. If we went down armor, we'd still be able to do this easily, but it'd be much cheaper. Alright, let's see what they got for us. Nice easy wave. So I stopped my missiles before he'd actually died because I knew there was some flying over. I think I got that one pretty much bang on. Is this our origin country? It's just the last stream. This has been pretty low paying, like not had that random look that we were hoping for. We've had one T2 exotic, which is apparently super cheap, so no juicy loot there. I think a T2 electrical might be a bit better. Yeah, so all in all, not the most lucrative running the Caracal here, but super secure, like super easy to do. Like so much so that we can just sit here and just chain them as long as we really want. Just wait for fulfillment to go. Go, Mr. Fulfillment. Off you go now. Alright. It's quite a nice skin. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, the pacifiers. So these guys are going to do little lightning attacks. But they're very easy to kill. These are a challenge if you're in a low DPS frigate, in the frigate waves. Like this would be a horrible challenge for the Tristan. The Tristan fit we were running earlier. They probably wouldn't be able to do this because they just don't have the DPS to break through. Look at how much damage they do though. Woof. That's the missiles I think they use. They have a missile they fire. It's not much we can do to stop that. It's just going to hit us. We just got to kill them quickly. There we go. It should be them dealt with. Hopefully this is a good sign. We're going to get some really nice loot for having to deal with things that actually did damage to us. Oh, yay. 2.7 mil. Nice. That's helpful. Remember, that's like 10% of our fit. Like, just boom, straight up. And if you're doing it where, generally the way it works is if your fit's going to be able to full clear everything, then you're not going to be getting tons of loot, because obviously everyone else can put this fit on and just do the same thing. So all of this loot table is going to be heavily farmed. And then if you're doing rooms, you know, higher tier ones that have got more difficult, then the amount of loot coming out is going to be less because they're more difficult, more people are dying in them. Don't want to do them. So you end up running fits that kind of can pass 70% of the rooms just to get the really expensive loot and pray, cross your fingers you get it. That's kind of the one of the ways to do it. And then the other way to do it is, of course, having very consistent, very expensive ships that other people just are simply unwilling to undock. And keeping your ship safe from players is essentially what you're trying to do then. You're going to be able to do the sites most likely unless you disconnect, or the site spawns some horrendous wave and you don't deal with it well. But it's the survival outside of the filament that's going to be the question mark. You can see here we're just going straight for the Kikimora. Kikimoras do decent damage. Make sure he's dead. Kill Damavic, which doesn't do anywhere near the damage. That Kiki ramps up, it's going to be doing probably enough damage to break the tank on this Caracal. Maybe not. It's quite tanky, to be fair. Nice, perfect. And this is the origin, so. Oh, we got a blueprint. So that's our first blueprint. Well, we had an ammo blueprint earlier, but this is the first ship blueprint. Damavics, unfortunately, are super not valuable. There are no contracts for Damavics, so because they're trash. No, I think it's because we're in Abyssal space. Once we get into normal space, I think we can see them. Yeah. People are auctioning. But yeah, generally, like, there's a copy there, 1.2 mil. Like, maybe a mil. I don't know. I don't think they're worth that much. I think you waste your time listing it, if I'm honest with you. Careful not to hit the exotic. We will die a painful death if we hit the exotic one. Right, so I don't know if you guys were here, but we came across this battleship in the Tristan and it did a lot of damage because it's just got really high damage. So we'll kill his little frigate friend on the way in. We just need to what's called spiral in. So we're gonna try and keep our tracking to the overmind so that he can't hit us. And we're just changing direction gradually. We're in range now for the missiles, so we'll start them going. Oh no, we're not quite. And we'll just keep on changing because what he will do is he'll try and match us. Oof. Once we get below about 20 kilometers, he should start to miss. Yeah, there we go. And we're just going to have a real tight orbit on him. Just going to get right in there. So I've set my ship on a little bit of a close orbit. So we'll set it to 7.5 just so it tilts out a bit. Yeah, there we go. Oh, poor love. expanded the construction of that weird structure. It's now got some walls. It looks like a new PI office, I'm not gonna lie. Mysterious ship construction. I don't think that's a ship, bro. Maybe it is. A scope Titan, maybe. This is what the rapid light missiles are pretty terrible for. It's grinding through the big chunky boys. Unfortunately. Somehow we're not hitting him perfect every time. Don't really understand that. Hopefully we'll get this on the next clip. Again, Tech 2 weapons with the high DPS rage ammo is what you want to deal with stuff like this. Otherwise you're just stuck here, as I am. To make sure we get this locked up so we don't forget it. So he's starting to bleed through, he doesn't have perfect skills clearly. The reason why those skills are important is if you were in a fight where you were repairing and you got onto this low, it'd start to bleed into your hull, and even though you were repairing enough damage to not get your armor to dip into hull, you would be losing, you know. And that can make the difference. Hull armor is basically non-replenishable mid-fight. Oh, you're kidding me. That's so annoying. Nope. You can tell I've been doing this for too long now. Nearly 3 hours we've been going on here, straight back-to-back abysses. Gonna have to call it a day, I think. What we'll do is we'll find somebody who's doing something interesting and we'll carry on the raiding. We will get through this conduit first though. Nice blue crystal area. All units should be relatively easy. I don't like the design of the boxes. CCP are like, you want the boxes? Well, the gameplay is going to be that they're just really far away, and it takes time to get there. That's it. That's the choice. Okay, so I choose to get them, and now I'm just bored flying towards them. It's not the best gameplay choice, if I'm honest with you. Pretty much means I just don't choose them just because I don't want to be flying around forever. Even though it might be better for me to do that. I know that the higher end fits use things like a heavy missile launcher that shoots really far, and then they'll just ding them with one of those. I know one of the Gila fits does that, and then has a tractor unit that it uses to pull them in. It's not a bad idea. Alright, we're out of here. Oof, Goon's just lost like 50 billion-esque in the trade there. Oops. Alright, let's try and figure out where we're at money-wise. So I think this was from the Caracal too. And that probably was. So Caracal looks like it's brought in about 13 mil. Which means that we're back in the positive by 4.4 mil. I don't think the Caracal's been going very well though. Like, it's hard to say because it's kind of making money. I don't love it though. What have we got here? Just got frigates. What we can do is we can dump that there. That too. We need to get more missiles if we wanted to carry on really. We could have done this much quicker by just killing our pod, because our home station is MJ, but we didn't. Let's have a look, see if this is what I think it is. Looks like it might be. I think this runs a C3. Is it designed to run a C3? I don't know. Yeah, this is the C3 runner, right. And it's got filaments. It's got a lot of junk in it too. Let's show that in the loop. Right, we'll go and just show you guys this. So this is a C3 running Gila. It's going to function very similar to how the Caracal works, in that it's a very secure runner. And it basically just can AFK and win. It uses Vespers typically, because we're going to be running exotics. I'll talk you through why exotics are good with this kind of fit in a second. This is the typical, I'm an alpha player and I want to earn as much money killing NPCs as possible as an alpha. Gila C3 running is right up there. You can get some really nice rolls sometimes on like other filaments. Basically you get like 20 million-ish filaments, and then the loot generally is like 10 to 20 mil on its own from these. What do we not have? We don't have a tractor unit, which is fine. We'll do it without tractor units, eh? So this I won't put this into the tracker, you know. We'll this is just for fun. I'll try and do this at the end of every stream, or somewhere in every stream I'll try and showcase something we've not yet unlocked with the challenge, just so that keep it a bit varied. So let's get those drones out there. We want to spin in on this Cabrionis Tyrannus, and while we're doing that we want to kill out all of these dudes. We do actually use our missiles on these as well. Want to be a bit cautious we don't get dinged really hard by this Carbonis fella, because he really wrecks. There you go, our drones have already killed one. Drones will just do their own thing, very much. As long as they're out there killing obscurators or whatever they're called. It's a drifter frontline battleship. And try and spiral a little bit this way. All the cruisers are nearly dead. This is like the scariest wave, to be honest, in the C3s, I think. It's just because it's the only one really with enough DPS to trip you up. If you're a bit slow brain, just approach him, then you might do. But the passive tank is crazy, because what's going on is you've got kinetic resist is bad, but the scan res. Wait, are we in an exotic? We should have a bonus to shields, HP and rep. Maybe it's just not mentioned. They change these? Reduced. Enhanced scan res. Well, I don't know. I think they might have changed exotics. Did they? Am I just bad? It used to be where you get Now maybe it's not. Maybe we just use the Vespers and that's how we kind of get the DPS high enough. And the scan resolution is where we use the afterburner and get tracking on things like this. Not sure. He's right on the edge of the arena, which is really annoying. They always do this. They always decide to run away from you, basically. It's fine. We'll kill him anyway. I'm going to start heading back. I don't think he's going to break me before I get back, so... You'll see that even in these higher tiers, the extraction nodes are still pretty weak. I'll send some Vespers over to kill it. Boom, boom, boom. So 1.7 mil there. Didn't get too much there. We got 2.9 from the actual boxes, and then some blueprints, which I'm pretty sure are worthless. Compact, yeah, both worthless. That's fine. So 2.9 is obviously pretty much the value that we were getting from... Sorry, just got to kill some Kikimoras quickly. We'll be fine here. This is a DPS race and we are built for DPS, so we're going to be a-okay. Some of these are starving Damavix, which means they're going to newt us. The Kikimoras have got points and disruptors and things like that, but the general theme is just kill the Kikis real quick, and then the DPS is gone and they can't do anything. The DPS is also not very high for this many. Like a full wave of 12, maybe you'd be in trouble, but yeah. You can make yourself have less of a problem by killing this. Getting the webs off you. Just keep you moving forwards, keep your time down. It's an easy wave. The easy waves, you just got to keep pushing through them. You see we're being neutered out by the starving Damavix. So we might have a little pause before we do the next bit, just to let the capacitors come back. Nice, that's a good can. 12 mil can. You can see the filaments at 2.7 each, so you lose 2.7 every time you run one. But if you gain 12mm cans, that's okay. We're going to wait for cap here. Being completely cap out is really bad on this fit because you're getting these extra bonuses from these multi-spectrums. So you really want to avoid getting fully capped out in these, even though the fit is very passive. Right, that should be roughly enough. Hopefully we don't have a heavy newt wave again. If we do, we're in trouble. What have we got? Yeah, no, we're fine here. We're going to kill the renewing Redeever first, and then we're just going to work our way through all these frigates. So we've got one of these suppressors, so that's why the Gila's good here, because the drones are really tough. You'll notice that the frigates from the enemy are getting hit by them as well, dying, which is great. So we can just stay near this, and eventually the frigates will all die anyway. The Redeever is repairing them, which is why we're going for the Redeever. Just get him out of the equation quickly. Then we'll use our drones just to bump a few more of their drones off. Actually split our drones here a little bit. Split our missiles too. We're going to pull our drone back because he's taking a bit too much damage. The Vesper have got the best shield out of all the drones, so they're a great choice for this. They're very tanky. Let's throw out a new one. If you don't order your drones to do things, they will just go after the tower, which is not what you want. Just basically impossible. It's not possible to kill it. So you want to just keep them target focused. Pull them in when you're all done. 2.4mm, nice. Paid for the filament with that room, and we're out of here. So probably going to make. Why is that drone all the way up there? Come back. Probably going to make somewhere in the region of 10 to 12mm on this one, I think. If we don't get ganked on the way out. Not amazing, but very predictable, very kind of easy, in quotation marks. Doo-doo-doo. So what did we get? We got a big spike in local, so it's friends probably. So we did one run. We got all these bits. So we made 17mm takeaway, so 15mm. And then let's have a quick check. Yeah, worthless. And worthless. Price 20. 20-isk. Like, don't bother putting the contract up really, mate. What's the point? This is where things get tricky, right? Do we put this in the loot pile? I think we do, and we record it per run, I think, is how you figure that out. What do we get there? Raging electrical. Cool. Pop that in there. So not amazing. It's kind of like a tick you get for 15 minutes of work writing in a belt, but you've got the chance of rolling higher, chance of getting some fancy loot, and it gives you experience for higher tier stuff, which, you know, higher tier stuff will be bringing in like 50, 70, 100 mil in each run. So that's definitely worth it, 'cause it's 15 minutes work, and that is achievable. If you really want to min-max it, you can get those extra cans, use your tractor units and stuff like that. I'm going to call it there though for the night. Let me have a look. We still got anyone actually watching? We've still got 15 lurkers on the channel. We will do a bit of browsing and yeet you over to another person. Let's look. The Adventures of Duke and Duck, maybe. Don't know what he's up to. T6 Gamma. What the fuck, Vaga? Yeah, we can do that. The Corrupted. Do. Here we go. Let's go see what the Corrupted's up to. I think I've misclicked the raid button. Went on the back point instead. See if I can get it figured out. Here we go.